Hello, my Casians, my Patreon family, my official Casians, and my VIP Casians. Welcome back to the Patreon channel. Okay, tonight we are going to be doing this anticipated reading about Travis Scott. OMG, I've been dreading it. Everybody knows. It's just a lot of negative energy attached to it that I was just like, I don't know. Sometimes stuff really isn't necessary to do a reading on, but everybody's just calling for this reading. So, Jesus, you have to, I guess, give the people what they want. So, here I am. You know, we got to start off the prayer definitely with this reading. So, if you know it, go ahead and say it along with your girl. Angels, ancestors, protect my energy. Put a fiery wall of protection around me, my home, my family, and fancy. Allow me to see and hear the messages clearly. Take my bias out of the reading. Angels, ancestors, I appreciate your love, guidance, wisdom, and protection. Also, put a fiery wall of protection around all my Casians, both new and old, and send them love and life for their highest good. Amen. So, this is some protection oil that I just want to put on as well to cover me and my energy with this reading because I'm already seeing where it's going. Gonna light a little bit of incense too. I don't even have a lighter in here, so I'm not gonna be lighting any incense. I lied. Okay, so the first thing everybody wants to know. Um, Probably let's start with some yes or no questions. Let me see where my yes or no deck is. Okay. Is it in here? Oh, okay. Let's start with some yes or no questions. Okay. Angels, ancestors, what's the Travis Scott concert a planned ritual? Was the Travis Scott concert a planned ritual? Was the Travis Scott concert a planned ritual? I just keep sitting. I'm seeing like it was planned to draw in energy and draw in money, attention, publicity, stuff like that. I'm not necessarily seeing where um a ritual was planned, okay? Um I just feel like they did somehow the timing coincided with something on purpose though. But I don't know necessarily if a ritual was planned. So let me keep going. Angels, ancestors. So did a death ritual take place at the Travis Scott concert? Did a death ritual take place at the Travis Scott concert? See, yeah, I'm not getting anything necessarily about. Let me see. Okay, angels, ancestors. Were demons summoned at the Astro World concert? Were demons summoned at the Astro World concert? Yes, but it's like something else. Yes, but no. Okay. Um, it's like yes and no. Angels, ancestors. Were people kidnapped that night? 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 Were people kidnapped? I'm not getting that people was kidnapped, but it's like, let me see. I'm not getting people was kidnapped, but angels, ancestors, were people possessed at the concert? No. Interesting. Angels, ancestors, um, is the media amping up the concert for publicity? Is the media amping up the concert for publicity? Yeah, it says listen to your intuition, because I do feel like an element to all of this. See, yeah, an element to all of this is fake, okay? An element to all of this is fake. That's why we got the yes card, and we kept getting both money cards out of this deck. And it says listen to your intuition. And I'm getting chills because to me, there was no ritual. To me, there really wasn't the negative aspects that people want to say really happened there. I do feel like this was all done to garner publicity, money, to get people talking about Travis Scott. This was all planned, okay? This was all planned. Angels, ancestors, did anybody actually die from the Astro World concert? Did anybody actually die from the Astro World concert? Did anyone actually die from the Astro World concert? Did anybody actually die? Yeah, see, I'm getting unlikely. See, boom, because these was crisis actors. Period. I'm gonna ask that my next question. Were people that reported tragedies at the concert crisis actors? Were there crisis actors covering what happened at Astro World? Were there crisis actors? Were there crisis actors? Definitely was people working with each other. Okay, like working with people. I'm not seeing crisis actors. Like, I'm not saying like because it's like I got the yes in the future tense, which means like yes, people are going to link or find out or figure out that this whole thing was fake in the future. As of right now, people just won't and can't believe something like that, because again, we are all tied into emotion. Everything that we do is by emotion. Okay, the people that pull the strings know that. Okay, that's how we've been hardwired and taught all the time, is with emotion, right? So and it feels like if you don't feel an emotion when you hear something tragic, then it makes you've been conditioned to think that, oh, you must be like a serial killer, a psychopath. You don't have a conscience, you don't have a soul, because you're not having an emotional response to something that externally is trying to compel you to have an emotional reaction towards. Only because your intellect, your mind is overriding that feeling and letting you know that boom, 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 boom. This is a trick. This is a ploy. This is, you know what I mean, a setup to garner this emotion from us as the public. Yes, that's what I'm seeing, guys. Period. This was all fake. There was no, I'm not seeing, I'm not, there was no ritual. I'm not seeing that anybody died. I'm not seeing that any demons was summoned. I'm not seeing any of that. Okay. This was all a one big lie to get people talking about Travis Scott. Meanwhile, even though people are talking about him negatively, his streaming numbers are still going up. He's still being successful. He's still making money. Boom. Did nobody cancel him? Did nobody boycott him? You don't have no cancel Travis Scott. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody that's included, their names that's included are all getting talked about. All those streams are going up, everything like that. People are buying Kylie Cosmetics, everything right now. It's all going up. This is all on purpose. Angels, ancestors. Was it planned? Were these tragedies, were these tragedies planned from the get-go? Were these tragedies planned? Were these tragedies planned? These tragedies was planned, is going to come out, okay? Everybody will not believe it right now because the emotion tied to it is a little too raw. And then they feel like there's other residuals that add to the falsities, the falsehoods that they're putting out about the story. Like, oh, blah blah. They're issuing an apology, blah blah. Their legal team, blah. Like, y'all, it's all a ploy. Y'all have to understand that the same people that the celebrities have to answer to are the same people that control, create, and narrate the media. So you have to do some critical thinking when you hear certain things that feel like a vote, like that they put in front of you and orchestrate in front of you, that is overtly trying to garner an emotional response from you. Don't let your initial response be emotional. Let it be critical, and then go from there. But that's what I'm seeing, guys. Very interesting. I actually didn't see this reading going this way. I actually played into the narrative that I'm telling everybody to be like, whoa, 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 don't go in that burning house. I played into the same narrative because I'm thinking like, oh, it did appear to be them. You know what I mean? I just kind of went off my own inclination with everybody else without looking into the cards. But that's why a situation, no matter how juicy it may appear or less juicy it appears, always run through the cards, because you never know what is going to come out with spirit. So, guys, according to spirit in these cards, this whole situation was fucking fake. This was all fucking planned. Nobody died. None of that. All this shit is fucking fake. This is all a money grab, okay? Because people love publicity. People love drama. People love tragedy. And this goes back to and pays homage to Shakespeare, which is one of the first Oddfellows, which is somebody that they revere in these secret societies. And yeah, guys, okay, it's deep. And because it's so deep, when somebody tries to tell you and connect the different layers of why it's so deep to you and where this all comes from and how all this changed hands, it gets to be a little bit convoluted. And then you're just like, oh, this is just too much information just for something so simple as blah, blah, blah. But that's how they planned it. Do you see what I'm saying? That's how they would like people to kind of get lost in the sauce and kind of get mind fucked and just go, what's the simplest natural thing? The natural thing as a human is to be like, oh, they told us people died. I feel sorry that these people died. Like, you know what I mean? When in actuality, we have no proof that these people died. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, and people can argue that back and forth because it's all about what makes sense to them in their mind. But again, you have to undo those basics as well. And just like me on this channel, I'm very open with stating how I could go to one narrative, like with my program mind, and then I get tapped in with my cards and I'm telling you the answer from my unprogrammed mind in my altered state. Okay. So very interesting. Let me see what other questions I have to ask. I don't know whose idea it was to do this. Angels, ancestors, was it Kris Jenner's idea to lie about the tragedies? Was it Kris Jenner's idea? Yes. This was Kris Jenner's. Yep. Kris Jenner and Kylie. Yes. 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 Kris Jenner and Kylie's idea to do all this. Yes. Kris Jenner, Kylie, Travis Scott, they worked together to do this. Period, guys. This was a plan. This was a plan. That's why the success card came out. This was a plan, because it could have just said yes with the exclamation mark. Success comes out, meaning like success is when you plan something and it goes your way. Boom, that's success. That's why the success card is in here. That's why it came out. Guys, this was planned. Okay, so don't give the situation any more of your emotion, any more views, any more clicks, any more extra mental anything. This was a fake situation. We ran it through the cards. It came out. Okay, like, to me, that answered what I got. I'm taking it. Some people will still be like, no, well, that's up to them. And again, that's your program mind fighting against your critical mind that's like, no. And then you're like, no, but emotionally. Do you see what I'm saying? And they want us to be in this weird conflict with ourselves. To get you away from your intuition, you know what I mean? To get you away from your instinctual gut feeling, you know what I mean? Because if you get away from that, then that means ultimately you start trusting in man and you lose your connection with source, your spiritual self, your higher self, your spiritual realm, the spiritual, you know what I mean? All that. But anyways, I digress. I don't want to preach here, but guys, yeah, that's what came out about this whole Travis Scott situation. Very short, simple, and sweet. All right, guys. So if you enjoyed that video, or if you want to add anything to what came out in the video, please meet me down in the comment section. Tell me if I've missed any questions that you wanted me to answer. I'm more than welcome to do a part 2. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you for joining me over here on Patreon. Remember, over here, it's just me, you, and the reading. And like I always say, seek the truth, vibrate higher, and carpe diem. Until the next time, we out.